Alright, welcome back. Today, gonna make this video in a reply to a comment. I'll pop it up on the screen, but really, it's just about how do you start healing from no knowledge to kind of like a full in-depth guide. And there's no real full in-depth guide. Like, you can watch guides, and it kind of gives you an idea, but there's not much else to it. You have to kind of apply what you learn into like action. You gotta put it into action, otherwise you're never actually gonna get there. And so to start, I'm gonna do some standing around here, and then I'll bring in like a VOD review and kind of like give you like a play-by-play of just what I'm talking about. But I'll bring that at the very end of this. First off is picking your healer and the spec that you're gonna play. At the end of the day, find one that you like and stick to that one. Okay, like once you master the one, then you can branch off and go into other specs. Big focus, find the one that you want. And this is how you level that healer. You go in to LFG dungeons and time walking. That is it. That is your leveling guide after you hit level 10. 1 through 10, you don't even have a spec, you're just leveling. Hit 10, choose the healer spec, set your bars up, and just use the starter talent guide. Just use the starter guide. That's your basics, 1 through 80. Level up through dungeons and LFG. Basically, it's no pressure. Everyone's trying to speed through it anyways. You learn your buttons as like organically as possible. You learn your panic healing versus kind of like controlled sustain healing. Right, you're gonna learn, oh, my panic, I need to put life cocoon, or I need to use celestial conduit. I don't think you actually get that until 80. Oh, restoral, or jade serpent. Like, you learn that just by playing time walking in LFGs, and it's so basic. You're learning your abilities in real life situations. You're learning them in kind of like a no stress environment. Here's the thing that you need to know: you're gonna suck, and you're gonna fail. You might get kicked out of groups because WoW players are elitists and think they are the best thing under the sun. That's okay. You need to know that. It's just a part of the process. I've been kicked out of groups, especially when I was learning, and it made no sense to me. Drop in there, like as soon as you join in the group. Hey, I'm new to healing. All right, can we go slower? Or I'm just new, be prepared, right? Just say something along those lines. Most people don't care, but you will find the ones that do. Um, but yeah, time walking's just gonna get you muscle memory, familiarity with like the actual spells, and as you're leveling, because time walking in dungeons, you get like a level per dungeon. So you're gonna slowly be able to start reading these, putting them on your bar from the starter build, and just kind of getting an idea of what they do. Once you hit 80, honestly, it doesn't matter if you play PvE or PvP. This is my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. Go play Battlegrounds until you get honor gear, which is just, right, you're going to come here to Group Finder, just like you would for a dungeon. You're going to play these random Battlegrounds. Every game, you're going to get honor. Just here on the bottom right, you're going to get honor points. Max it out to 15,000, or slowly start buying your honor gear, which is in Dornigal. Okay, and I can, if you need me to show you that, I can show that to you, but I'm just going to stand here for the time being right now. Right, just do that. I promise you, it's going to suck. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot because of the repetition of just getting in the games. 2, you're playing human players. It's just, there's no, you can't really telegraph. You can't be like, oh, it's a boss. They're going to drop fire here. They're going to do this. These are human players that are going to be trying to outplay you and kill you. So this is where you learn your self-sustain, healing yourself, but also keeping your teammates up and keeping them alive and starting to win some fights there. And you're getting your gear up. because the big focus here is to getting into 2v2s as soon as possible. All right, we want to get into 2v2s. This right here is the biggest focus. And again, this right here is going to make you be able to do Mythic Plus. Going to be able to go into raids. Going to be go in and do whatever PvE content you want to. This is my opinion because this is how I learned it, right? This is how I learned to be a healer, and I can go and push the high content for PvE. I just don't like doing that. But this is how I learned. Because 2v2s, it's just you and a partner versus somebody else, right? It's easier to track everything going on because it's not 3v3s, it's not battlegrounds where it's a big battle. It's you and one other person versus two other people. You can really witness and watch and see everything. You're going to be able to learn and take what you learn in dungeons because the dungeons kind of gave you the base mechanics of, oh, I need to have out this totem while we're in a fight, and then if I press, Soothing Mist, I can then press Expel Harm, or I can press Renewing Mist, and it's an insta-cast. Or if I'm pressing, Soothing Mist, I can move around, and I have this beam, and then I press Shayloon's Gift. You gotta learn those basics in the dungeons. To where now you're in arenas, and you're playing against two other people that are trying to outplay you guys. You're gonna learn real decision making on like your cooldowns. Do I want to pre-pop cocoon at the start of a fight? No, you probably don't. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fat finger buttons. You're going to have so many mistakes. And at the beginning, it's gonna suck. I'm telling you right now, probably why most healers quit and why we have a healer shortage is not sticking to it and continuing to heal. That's my guess. That is why I think because you're gonna suck and people are toxic. Mute people, try to avoid them, but twos you get insta Qs. If you find a teammate, super easy to do in the group finder, especially as a healer. Right? Learning Mistweaver. Let's just do this as an example. You find a teammate, you get insta games, it's insta queues. Once you have that teammate, you get direct feedback. Because you can ask your teammate, what did I do wrong? What could I do to, be better? It's going to be one thing you're going to have to learn real quick. It's finding a teammate that you're cool with. It's going to take probably the longest part of the journey is finding a decent, like, twos partner. But once you get that, you're learning. You have the same mindset, consistency of just playing the game and getting there. You're going to get better. And it's really repetition. It's simply repetition of playing the game over and over and over again. From twos, you can go into dungeons and heal perfect. You can go into mythics and heal perfect. Because it's a slowed down game. And again, this is my opinion. This is the way that I did it. 2v2s. And obviously there's 3v3s, and I'll get into like the other rated games here. I'll get into that. And I'm gonna delist, but you see I got a group already. But yeah, I'll get into the other rateds here in a second. But the 2v2s is like the base level of you learning. Find a teammate, continue losing, play with a bunch of random different classes. Again, there's no one true guide except for picking your class, sticking to it, and learning. And I don't know if I said this, so I'm going to say this now. The metas, if you're trying to pick, like, oh, what's the meta this month? Forget that. Forget the nonsense because no matter what, whether you're playing PvE and Mythics, raiding, or if you're playing PvP, there's the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs. You're going to be good one month or you're not going to be good the other month. Master your class, you're going to be good all the time, regardless of what the meta is. Okay? Now, let's say you play 2v2s, you start feeling confident, you want to go play 3s. Either take your 2s partner, start doing some LFGs into this. Right? And look at that win-loss. 1 win out of 13 games played. Like I said, you're going to lose a lot. and you're gonna suck when you're trying to learn a new healer because it's different. You got to sit there and just kind of figure it out and go from there. But from twos, you can either transition into 3v3s. 3v3s is hard. 3v3 is going to be the hardest that you play. So go into solo shuffles and just mute the chat. Just mute the chat. Solo shuffles. It's going to be the way to go. Um, it's a lot faster pace of games. Teammates don't really know what they're doing, so you're learning a lot, and you're just learning the buttons and when to press them. And now you're just adding in one extra person. Once you can play solo shuffles in threes, you can honestly do any type of healing the game has to offer. And again, these are just what I think. This is my opinion. When I started healing, I started as a monk back in, like, I'd say the War Within Season 2. And then I ended up trying out every healer, and I decided to main Disc Priest. I'm only on this because I'm going to just find somebody real quick, get a twos game, and then VOD review it for you right at the end of this video. Just to kind of go over some things. But, like, this is my very first one, and I loved it for the mobility, but my play style and everything fits with the Disc Priest the best. That's what I just like playing. So try everything out. Get to 80, start gearing, play twos, find a consistent partner that's going to let you fail. That was my biggest blessing in this game for learning, was I found a rogue who I think is cracked out. Um, and I would tell him all the time he's carrying me, but he says I carry him. And so I think we both kind of like feed off of each other. But like, if it wasn't for him, I'd probably still be so bad. I was able to learn from playing with him so much because one, with rogues, there's a lot of like setups and CCs, so I have a lot of freedom. But like us losing, we both have the same mindset that we're learning, and we're both trying to push Glad at the same time, and like twos and threes, we're grinding together, so like the synergy's there. So find that partner that you can, where you can fail, and even if he messes up, you're not getting upset at them, right? Like it goes both ways. There's, tug and pull where you both are on the same page. Losing is going to happen. And if you find somebody early on, maybe you're like 1400, 1500, find someone that's the same. Push together. The next day, just like day one, get to like, play 7, 8 games together. Add them, just add them, just add them. Don't even ask, just go B tag them. You hop on the next day, you see him on, hey, you want to run some twos? Slowly build it up and just do it on a daily. Soon you're going to be getting asked, right? And then from there, getting some Discord calls. Voice chat is king. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like it. You don't even got to talk that much if you really don't. Don't even talk. Just say I'm CC'd or I'm this or I'm that or I'm hit my go. Right? Just keep it strictly game, and then eventually you guys become friends, and it makes the game so much easier. So when in terms of healing, again, recap and then VOD review. Pick your healer. There's like 7 of them to choose from. Pick one that you want, whichever one's the coolest to you, because that's what matters. Pick the coolest race. Pick the coolest class, the skin, whatever it is that makes you want to play the game and play them. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Find one like this, Druid. This is a Druid right here. That's so sick. Like, look at him. He looks sick. I bet he loves how he plays. I bet he's good. We'll find out. 2400 in solo chuffs. He's decent. Honor level 3. He plays a lot. He's good. Look at him. And he's a druid. He likes that. They like that, right? Like, that's the big thing. Find what you like. And then stick to it. Like, druids, I don't think they're that good right now, but that's just me. So again, find the class that you want to play. Start leveling and do dungeon farming, LFGs, and time walking. Level up as fast as you can. Get to some BGs. Go into 2v2s. And again, I think this translates directly into PvE because I could go into Mythic Plus right now. Because again, I just cap locked my team. I can heal. I'm dropping this. right? And I can heal with ease. I can drop, I can cocoon, which he's got it now. Restore, Shalen's gift, everything. It's so easy after you learn it. It's repetition. Again, after the recap, find the two, and just realize you're gonna suck. You're gonna lose a lot. Don't lose sleep over it. The next day, pick what you did wrong the day before and try and fix that one thing. My mind, the way that I work, my mind is constantly, what can I do better? That's just where I live at. Like I'm going to bed after a sesh of twos. Man, I could have done this. We should have won those games. Like, what could I have done? And that's how I fall asleep at night sometimes. Like, literally. I'm not even joking. Like, just the push to glad has my mind just in a whole different place. So, like, if you can take that growth mindset and approach, you're going to be just fine. And you, again, I'm more PvP focused, but this all correlates to going into Mythic Plus. You don't have to go do 2v2s if you really just want to say PvE. After you hit 80, go into LFG, go do your heroics, get your gear, go get your key, and then go do dungeons and do +2s or +0s or whatever. Again, it's all repetition. What's nice for you on the mythic side, you were already doing time walking in dungeons. It's the same concept over and over and over. It's all rinse and repeat. This just gets stronger and harder, which means you just need better gear. Literally, you just need better gear. So, like, that's why I think that this is going to just make you better. Mechanically, decision making wise, your reaction time, everything here improves all aspects of the game. And then if you want to come to PvE, just get the gear and you're a master at it. You can push as high as you want. Um, so yeah, that's my guide. I've done this 3 times now. That's probably the best that I'm gonna get for you. That's gonna be the best. I hope that helps. I hope that kind of addresses that comment. So let me know what you think. If that helped you out. I know it's not me going in deep diving into classes of, oh, you need this and this, because there's not. There's When I learned, I searched YouTube so much for guides. I searched the only dude, and I'll bring him up real quick. The only guide that I ever found helpful, I'm pulling this up right now, was Mystical Monk. Mystical Monk was the guy. This dude right here. Let me move him over. Let me yeah. This right here. Oops. Mystical Monk. He is the guy that really helped me learn how to heal. But at the end of the day, like he's a monk main, right? And he played both. He does mythics and he does PvP, right? So he does both content, and you can see pre-patch guides, but the guides can again only take you so far. They tell you what to do, but you actually have to go into the game and actually apply it, right? And that's the thing, is applying it. And like, back in the day when I was learning it, I mean, he's a gladiator there. Shuffles, no add-ons, 2400 vendors. I'll link this guy in my YouTube or in the description, just because he is the guy who kind of got me the basics of healing. But again, it was much more my guide for monk. And I'm not gonna do a guide right now. I'm gonna do a guide come midnight on a disc breeze, because that's really the only comfortable class that I have. Yeah, I recommend, if you need a guide, go find another creator that's gonna give you a guide for right now in this specific moment. Because I'm not gonna have one out until midnight. Midnight season 1, and that'll be disc priest only. I'm not gonna do any other character guides. Just don't feel confident in doing that. But yeah, go out there, pick your class, and just grind it out and spend days and weeks, months even. You'll see the progression month over month. It does take some time. But that's everything I got for this. I hope it helps. Let me know in the comments. If you need something more in depth, let me know like the specifics of what you're looking for. I'm more than happy to create certain videos and make them not as long. This was a 20-minute rant. 20-minute rant on how I started and what I believe in, and I stood here in Goldshire, and I'm about to go and have to find a partner real quick just to get a VOD review and just kind of walk you through like I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that because I don't know if you are PvE, PvP, and it's kind of pointless. That is the guide of walking and talking you through just to get started. It is the beginner guide, and there's not much except for get out there and do it. Appreciate you. Give me a thumbs up because thumbs down would would suck. But whatever it is that you gotta do, do it. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, and let me know if this was helpful. If not, totally understand. This one was a little weird one. I've tried it 3 times, and I'm still here just ranting. But let me know what you guys think. What's next? What more in-depth do you need for a healing guide? And I will do it. I just need to know more in depth because realistically, when I started, outside of Mystical Monk and just kind of learning like the how-tos and like add-ons and things, with Midnight, there's a lot of changes. Like add-ons are basically stripped away combat-wise, so I can't really recommend you an add-on except maybe Helium, and I wouldn't recommend you that at this point with what I know. With what I know, don't even use it because it's a crutch that add-on you don't need. Figure out a button that you can use to target your teammates, which I use caps instead of tab. So if you were a DK, if you played a lot of DPS and you tab target, just use caps lock so you can target all your teammates. And as you see, it's constantly swapping. That would be my biggest advice. But outside of that, just get out there, trial by fire, learn the best that you can. Let me know what healer class you want to play in the comments below. Appreciate you. Peace.